Of course, here in Nigeria, the Nigerian military seems to be, trying, in one way or the other, trying to make sure that it's curtailed. But it will appear the task is quite enormous. Some have argued that perhaps there should be other ways, in dealing with these insurgents. Probably using force by the military isn't all that should be adopted. Do you really agree with this view?
Okay, I, as a professional student, and based of what I've been trying to put together about what the Boko Haram stands for, anything short of manu military approach, there will never be any solution to it. Okay? Boko Haram is not negotiating because of a paucity of water, lack of water. It's not asking about misgovernance. It's not asking about corruption, which everybody is trying to ascribe. Please, Boko Haram is not operating on the basis of poverty. If it is on poverty, where do they get the money to buy armored cars? Where do they get the money to buy AK-47 rifles? Where do they get the money, please, in terms of transportation of their arms?
They move in convoys.
So please, you see, you now have people who are funded, all right, by some people, either within or outside. And I can tell you, you are talking about a prison. Yes, of course. Who says that we bring in the conspiratorial argument here? Those who are aiding and abetting Boko Haram, who are currently in the government, at whatever level, I am arguing that yes, as part of the efforts and in prolongation of the initial argument according to which they want to make Nigeria ungovernable, I think that this jail attack, okay, attacking the jails in whichever way you want to call it, is another manifestation, of course, the new face of Boko Haramism. That's the way I look at it. Why? When bombing wouldn't quickly put Jonathan on his knees, suicide bombing follow. And when you bomb yourself, you kill yourself, it does not prevent the administration of President Jonathan.
Now moving to kidnapping.
They move to kidnapping.
Young children.
And now when kidnapping, at the end of the day, they are still keeping and also kidnapping new women. I think now they now use force. It's not just going to break door. All right? It's not just going to break door. They are using heavy weapons to break the blocks. All right? They break the blocks to enter. And they now want to release their comrades in crime.
Now, Prof, some will say that perhaps if we had a change of government in all of these, perhaps we would be talking less about the threat of terrorism. Do you agree? Do you think that if we have a change of government, perhaps international, or shall I say, terrorism in Nigeria will come to an end?
Two possible levels of analysis. If there is change of government, who is coming to head the new government that will make the change? You have to ask that one. Because at the end of the day, in any given political system, you always have the incumbent and the opposition. When the opposition wins today, the incumbent becomes the new opposition. Okay. So, it doesn't solve any problem. Issues remain constant. Dealers those who are dealing with the issues, they change. The actors change, but the problem remains constant. The issue now we have on ground is that you have some actors who really want to put an Islamic system. They want to put Sharia system there. So, if, for instance, you now have a new government headed by a Muslim who believes in Sharia, so what will happen? Will the person not find new ways of just legitimizing the change you can expect at that scenario is that rather than using force killing people, you find a way. If your party is in the majority, you do so. Didn't we get to the OIC? All right? Did we use force? So if the government that is there is favorable, you use your position. The second level of analysis, different, is to say, look, at the end of the day, I repeat, at the end of the day, Boko Haramism as an objective, as a means, as an idea, will remain constant factor. Unless the government of the day, before the government renews its existence through election, or before it leaves government, if you do not cut all the feathers of the Boko Haramis, they will continue to fly.
All right, we're really run out of time, Prof, but let's look at this scenario. It's another important question I definitely want to put across to you, and that has to do with our status, as a regional power in West Africa. Of course, in the African continent, by the size of our population, we've known that several times Nigeria has been clamoring that at the UN, we get ourselves into the Security Council. Whenever that happens, do you think that perhaps if we find ourselves in a vantage position at that in the UN, probably take a closer look again at our foreign policy, see if we can alter some things, change some things just to suit the demands of the present in dealing with the insurgency?
Either change your foreign policy objective, you cannot improve on it. You can change it. But tactically, you can improve on the modalities, on the tactics. We can improve on that. And I am saying, under the current dispensation, if the Nigerian government decided now to discontinue, all right, with the third phase of the training program, that's to let you know that, look, even when the cabinet members, even when Jonathan, our president, is weeping, he still sees clearly. So our foreign policy in terms of our tactics, we considered right now that, look, we cannot allow the use of the equipment we currently have in the battlefield to fight terrorists. Now say we bring it back to the classroom. So let the Americans, if they want to help, if they want to continue with the training, they should have brought the equipment. So in terms of tactics, it is the event, it is the situation of the day that will determine the type of improvement required in any given case.
Well, let's certainly hope that Nigeria will begin to get it right from all that you have said. Professor Bola Akiterawa, thank you so much for spending time with us on Question Time.
It's a pleasure speaking with you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
The journey to lasting peace in the country, and especially the Northeast, can be achieved provided there's political will and unity of purpose from both the government and the people of Nigeria in eradicating the insurgency. Our guest, Professor Akiterawa, believes the terror group is indeed waging a war on the sovereignty of Nigeria and must not be treated with kid gloves by the government or even the neighboring countries. Talk about Benin Republic, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon. The time has now come for the international community, with the likes of the United Nations, to put in more effort in dealing with international terror groups such as Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab, and ISIL or Islamic State to avoid a situation where sooner or later countries rise against each other in a global war that will have catastrophic consequences. Nigeria must take more bold steps in reaching out to countries who are willing to help us wipe out the threat of the Boko Haram insurgency once and for all by providing concrete assistance and not just paying lip service to our plight. Hopefully, as a people, we shall overcome. Well, that's our package this week. Do send us your questions, comments and suggestions to questiontime@channelstv.com or watch online via channelstv.com, and that's on our YouTube platform. Until I come your way again, I'm Ayatunde Balogun. It's bye for now.